You know what time it is. It's time to do another mod. So before we can put this on, we need to take a lot of stuff out. I'm going to start off with the side panels, and then that way I can have a clear view to the air box. And then I'll try to figure out what the heck I need to unscrew so I can get that thing out. So hang tight. So as far as I can see, I'm going to have to take this hose off, which is just slipping that off. And then, again, I'm thinking that this screw right here needs to come off, as well as this one. Well, this one for sure. And then that looks like that bolt is connecting the air box into the frame. So I'm going to start with those and on both sides, and then we'll just keep going from there. Okay, so I took the screw that was on here. There was one right here and right there. Took those out. Then there's also one over here, which is the 10 millimeter. The other ones are all Phillips screw type nuts. And the last thing is on that left side. That's all I took off. And then we gotta unscrew this on the air filter. That's the hose that goes to the air box. And that piece of shit, I swear to you, I barely put any force on it and it's stripped. So what a piece of junk. What the hell? All right, I got to figure out how to get that out. But then now let me show you what I removed on the right side of the tank. All right, on the right side of the tank, I took this one off right here, as you can see, and right in here, right in there, took that off. That's also the 10 millimeter bolt. So this one right here was just a regular Phillips screw. So those are the things that you have to take off. And then hopefully after you unplug, you need to unplug this thing right here. You can see, you need to unplug that, and we should be able to take the whole air box right out. So I'm going to keep going. Okay, so I got that screw out. What a pain in the ass that was. I had to basically Dremel the damn thing in half because it just would not turn. I'm not sure if they used some kind of Loctite on it. I have no idea, but the head of that screw just completely, it was really bad quality screw. So anyways, it's out now, so I'm going to continue on. And the air box is out. I think there's some kind of hose that were connected to the airbox tube. So just be aware of that. Okay, so the kit comes with 3 clamps. So I'm assuming that the 2 wider ones go up here and the smaller one or thinner one goes to the carburetor. Okay, hopefully that's right. Okay, so here's my tip for installing this MNNTHBX intake system. Put the hose in there, make sure the clamp is on there as well, and clamp it onto the carburetor. Okay, so do it like that. Make sure that it's you don't have to tighten it, just have it so that the hose is in this position right here. Okay, so it's kind of lined up. It's kind of lined up with this plastic, if you can see here. Now, like I said, well, no, maybe I didn't say, you want to assemble this, because when you put it in there, you won't be able to get to some of these screws and bolts. Okay, once you've assembled this, I'm going to clamp it on to the frame, and I'm going to connect the hoses. I'm going to connect that one hose in the back, and then I'll connect that air filter in the front of this. and that should get me where I need to be. And then the last thing will be that one hose that goes to this small air filter. I'll show you where that goes. Okay, so when you put this bolt in, make sure you put Loctite on that. That's what they recommend. And I just tightened up this clamp right there. And now I'm going to put the filter on. And I'm going to plug in that sensor. Okay, the sensor has been plugged in using that extension. And now the last thing I'm going to do is put that hose, which is that fat hose right there with the little, this one right here. I need to remove this from, I don't even know if you can see it from here, but hold on. So that hose is clamped right in there where it's nice and really hard to get to. So that's the hose I'm going to pull off right now, and I'm going to use the hose that came with the kit and put it back in that location. So my brother had done this. He said put some oil in the hose, the new hose, so you can slip it in there. And he actually didn't use that little clamp because it's a pain in the ass to get to that location, and I don't think it really needs it. So I'm going to try to put it with it, but we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. Again, that's going, there's the hose right there. So I'm going to pull that out. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but it's in the little ring that you see on there. Helped me push that hose into the into that, whatever the heck that thing's called. Anyways, put a little lube on that. She'll slip right in. All right, last but not least, I'm going to put the clamp on that hose and clamp it into that little nipple. And I should be done with this. So, all done. Everything's clamped on. I've checked everything as far as if it's snug and tight, and everything seems to be in order. So now I just got to put all the panels back and should be ready to rock. Okay, so all done. Thank goodness. Now overall that build or that mod shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but it did. I actually called my brother a few times just to make sure I was doing it right, and everything should be good to go now. Okay, so just like anything else, you need to take your time on this install. Make sure your cables and hoses and everything else is not tangled up. Try to do it as clean as you can, and take your time. It's not a race, so you know there's no need to rush. The thing I like about this kit is that the air box is kind of hidden. It's not sticking out, you know, and hanging down like the Chimera one. I mean, I don't know if that'll affect it at all as far as how much air it gets, but I just like the way this looks. It looks cleaner. All right, now all we have to do is flash her. No, not that flash. This flash. Switch is on. And let's turn on the key. We're not starting the bike. Okay. Hold on to it, dude. We want to flash tune. We want Rick S2, which has the aftermarket exhaust and aftermarket intake. That's what we want. Okay, let's flash it. And she's off. Alright, now it's writing, so let's wait a minute and we'll get this thing finished here. Almost there. Flash complete. Okay. off and back on. All right, she's good to go. With everything installed, we have flashed the ECU with the added intake, and now we are all done. If I can only write it.